Welcome to the pilot episode of Slumming It with Plagiarize, with me, Plagiarize. The idea of this show is that each week, should enough people watch this one, we'll be taking a look at a popular PC game at its absolute worst. On the day that it was announced that Crysis would likely be coming to the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, it struck me that they were going to have to reduce the graphics quality by a fair bit. Some people questioned if it might not be too much. It seemed appropriate then to take a look at Crysis on PC at its absolute lowest settings, turn every single option as far down as it would go to see how bad the game looked, but also whether or not it was still fun. Everything as low as it'll go. VSync off. Anti-aliasing off. 1280 by 720 seems like a good resolution, but we need to see how bad it looks. If we drop down too much lower, the low resolution will probably help hide just how shitty it looks. Oh, and by the way, there will be some extreme language. So, yes, we're sure this is really what we want to do. And here it is. Crysis. So far, everything looks pretty good, but then so far all we've seen is a date. I never really understood this part of the game, because you really can't even see what you're supposed to see later on and realize, oh yeah, that was that thing I saw at the start. Okay, yeah, that looks like shit. Look at that. There's not much you can see here either, but already you can probably tell that the textures on the land look terrible. They're barely textured. Some nice heat haze. You can see that's still there. I've made sure that the game is running at 30 frames a second. We might get some drops lower than that, because as I use fraps to record these videos, and as I'm recording to the same hard drive that the game's loading from, there will probably be hitching. I'd say the faces do still look quite good.
Intel reports a significant military presence on
textures in here aren't bad either.
The element of surprise, so
if this was what you saw in 2007, you wouldn't be too upset. There are still games that have characters that don't look this good. Things are looking good for the Xbox 360 version. Oh, here comes Nomad's line. Be quiet.
My chute's gone! My damn chute is gone!
Wouldn't want to talk over that.
No reserve.
So in we go. And right away, we've not got... Oh god, look at this. This is terrible. Usually you'd have light rays and the water would look like it was undulating. It just kind of looks a bit foggy. Let's go up and see if the surface of the water looks better. No. And the water kind of looks, well, shitty. Like it's got shit in it. And here we have a giant difference in textures. The sand isn't so bad. This rock, on the other hand, is quite bad. There should be a little turtle walking around here, and we get to play with him. But I guess you don't. If you've got a shit PC, you get a rock that looks like a turd. Now, again, the water in Crysis 1 when it first came out was some of the best water you'd ever seen in a game, and this is not. So if this is what Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 owners are going to have to look forward to, yeah, I think they'd be a bit disappointed. Like, oh, we've got a crab. Alright, hold on, we've got to get this crab. If we cannot play with the turtle, we are going to play with the crab. Come here. Come here. Come here. Why can't I pick him up? I should be able to pick him up. Am I not allowed to pick up the crabs? Oh, that's ridiculous. So yeah, apparently, you can't pick up the crabs. We can still shoot them. These bottles are terrible, though, and it just kind of look like labels and corks floating in the air. What happens when we break? Oh boy, yeah, that looks awful. There's a slight blur, but that doesn't even make any sense. Oh, they're shooting me. I don't need to narrate what's going on, do I? It's not a Crysis for hard of hearing people. Again, feel free to laugh at how bad I am, but oops, that's not crouch. Oh yeah, he splayed quite nicely. Yeah, this isn't quite so impressive. We've got some lovely dynamic lighting effects here on the rocks and not on the sand at all. That just looks wrong. Again, if this is the experience that Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 owners can look forwards to, oh wow, look at this boat. That's amazing. It's like toy boat. You can still do it. The physics of the branches aren't quite as good, but that's good to see. Alright, so his light doesn't look very good. What does mine look like? Mine looks a bit better. We're going to see an amazing cutscene coming up. Jesus! Has he got the Ark of the Covenant in his pants? What the hell is going on? Look at that. Yeah, that's a flashlight. Apparently. It's almost as if Crytek wanted to punish people who were playing the game on low. Because really, you just turn this off. If you could. Yeah. Thanks, Crytek. I'm sure that people with low-end PCs really appreciated these amazing lighting effects. The clouds are just yellow. That looks like dawn. Blue sky and yellow clouds. So I'm going to guess that the night sky was just this same exact sky, but they turned the brightness down on it, because that's all that appears to be happening. There's no chickens. There are usually chickens there, but I guess you don't get chickens if you're an unlucky, cheap-ass PC gamer, and that's beautiful. You see, they left that in, took the chickens out. See, there's a sun effect, but there is no sun. That makes sense. Right, maximum prone. Put a silencer on. And let's go silence some Koreans, eh? See what I did there? Sort of a joke. Maximum falling off a building while prone.
Come on, proceed to the LZ.
Let's proceed to the landing zone. That's what LZ means. You might not know that. Oh, nice. Well, it's not that nice, is it? Let's be honest. Alright, let's maximum. The invisibility effect is quite good. I have to say. That still looks good. Again, like the flashlight looked garbage. Oh, he's yeah. Well, I'm your friend, mate. His camo doesn't look so good, but everything else looks alright. Maximum. Oh, splits. And maximum Korean face. The frame rate has just died. See, this is slideshow time. Probably starting a new video file. Again, so some gorgeous frame rate issues. Oh, look at this bush. Here it comes, full glory. Gotta hate Koreans. Oh, look at the tree fall over. Oh yeah, amazing physics. Yeah, that's not glitching at all. It's Alright, yes, we got a new truck with a dead Korean in it. You need to have a dead Korean in a truck. It's mandatory. Let's check out one of those awesome ice levels that we all love Crysis for. Oh, it's an alien. And it looks like crap.
What's happening up there?
My map looks weird.
I wish I could give you one, Major, but I have no idea what I'm looking at here. Whatever it is.
It looks like shit. Oh man, this is basically unplayable. Look, it's like Killzone on the PlayStation 3. Yeah, I think that's actually going a bit far, isn't it? Killzone looks better than this. If you've never seen what Crysis is supposed to look like in these snowy levels, I recommend that you do go and look at it. Because these are some of the most impressive bits of Crysis. And we're really not doing it justice. Look at this rock. I mean, what is that? It's like a big blob of melted glass.
Come on, Nomad, take him down!
Look at his arms! Oh boy, yeah, wow. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Oh yeah, look at her. I mean, what a hottie. If you sort of like creepy dead-eyed things with no expression. If you like real dolls and umbrellas with reins on the inside of them, this is the lady for you.
There's a hospital ship en route from Japan. It's gonna take time, so we have to make do. I want a trauma center in supplies now.
Well, they definitely wanted to make sure that guy sounded black. The helmets don't look like ass. Everything else does, but the helmets, yeah. Now, there used to be a guy in here that you could sort of slide around and it was funny. Yes, there he is. Look at that. Crysis. Slidey guy.
Take a seat, Lieutenant.
Will do.
To retrieve the environmental data from your suit's recording unit.
I'm anxious to have that happen. To hell and back. That is stuck his hands inside his own ass. Yep. And that's the end of the game. So I hope you've enjoyed the first episode of Slumming It with Plagiarize. We have truly been slumming it. Thanks for slumming along.